King Charles looking like he's just gone 10 rounds with a particularly aggressive rosebush. I'm talking about an ISO bloodshot. It could stop traffic in Piccadilly Circus. But here's the kicker. This isn't just any old oops. I stayed up too late binge-watching Netflix situation. This is a 76-year-old monarch who's been battling cancer. And suddenly he's looking like he belongs in a horror film rather than a state banquet. So grab your finest china and strongest tea, because we're about to dive into the royal drama that had palace staff scrambling faster than corgis at dinner time. Welcome back to Royal Cookies, where we serve up the juiciest royal gossip with a side of heart-wrenching humanity. Please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. Now, I've seen some questionable royal photo opportunities in my time. Charles talking to plants, Andrew's car crash interview, Harry's Vegas escapades. But this takes the biscuit. The king was photographed as the Macrons arrived with a badly bloodshot eye. The monarch's appearance was alarming enough that the palace had to release a statement. And when Buckingham Palace feels compelled to issue statements about someone's appearance, you know it's serious. But here's where it gets interesting. Because this isn't just about one bad photo. This is about a monarch whose health has been under scrutiny for months. And suddenly everyone's playing detective with a magnifying glass. The bloodshot eye wasn't just red. We're talking full-on horror movie red. The kind of red that makes you instinctively reach for your phone to Google burst blood vessel emergency room. It was so prominent that even the usually poker-faced palace photographers couldn't work their magic to hide it. Think about it. These are the same people who can make William look like he has a full head of hair and somehow manage to photograph and looking pleasant. But this was beyond their considerable powers of visual wizardry. And let's be honest, we've all been there, haven't we? You wake up looking like you've been hit by a truck, and you've got that one important meeting you can't cancel. Except in Charles's case, that important meeting happens to be a state visit with international media coverage. No pressure at all. Let's rewind to the royal health roller coaster that was 2024. Royal fans recall that in January 2024, King Charles shared that he was admitted to the hospital for a scheduled procedure to treat an enlarged prostate. Then, in early February, the palace announced that during that hospital stay, doctors did testing and discovered that he had cancer. So we've got a monarch who's been through the medical ringer, and suddenly he's appearing in public looking like he's been in a fight with a particularly aggressive hedgerow. You can practically hear the collective intake of breath from royal correspondents across the globe. But here's the thing about royal health scares. They're like buses. Nothing for ages. Then suddenly everyone's convinced the monarchy is about to collapse because someone sneezed the wrong way. Remember when Philip had that car accident and everyone thought it was the end of the world? Or when the Queen had that episodic mobility issue and suddenly we were all constitutional experts. It's like when your nan gets a minor cough and suddenly the entire family's convinced she's got consumption. Except in this case, nan happens to be the head of state, and the family is several 100 million Commonwealth citizens with access to social media. And let's not forget, this is the same royal family that's been playing health information like it's classified government secrets. We're talking about people who took months to tell us what type of cancer Charles actually had. And even then, they gave us about as much detail as a weather forecast. The photos hit the internet faster than you can say God save the king. And within hours, the palace was doing what it does best, issuing statements with all the warmth and personality of a frozen fish finger. A palace source quickly offered reassurance, clarifying that the monarch had experienced a burst blood vessel in one eye. They added that it's just one of those things and unrelated to any other health condition, including the king's ongoing cancer treatment. Now, I don't know about you, But when someone says it's just one of those things, it's usually code for we're hoping you'll stop asking questions and move on to something else. It's like when your mate says their ex was just mental, technically an explanation, but not exactly what you'd call comprehensive. A Buckingham Palace spokesperson reassured the public that there is no cause for concern, attributing the redness to a burst blood vessel in his right eye that developed overnight. Overnight. So 1 minute Charles is tucked up in bed, presumably dreaming of organic vegetables and sustainable architecture, and the next minute he's waking up looking like he's been extras casting for a vampire film. Now, if you want to know how serious something really is, don't listen to the official statements. Watch the body language. And in this case, we've got something even better than body language. But it wasn't just fans and royal watchers who were concerned. Queen Camilla was clearly worried too. And when the woman who's seen Charles at his absolute worst is looking concerned, you know it's not just a minor cosmetic issue. It's like when your partner gives you that look that says maybe we should cancel dinner and stay home, except in this case, dinner is a state banquet and staying home would require rescheduling international diplomacy. Think about it. Camilla's been married to this man for years. She's seen him through prostate surgery, cancer treatment, and probably countless other minor health dramas that never make it to the headlines. If she's worried enough to be caught on camera looking concerned, then this eye situation was clearly more dramatic than the palace's just one of those things explanation would have us believe. And let's be honest, Charles isn't exactly known for his poker face when it comes to discomfort. This is a man who once famously said he talks to his plants. If he's putting on a brave face for a state visit, you can bet he's feeling pretty rough. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to know if you're Team Sophie or if you think I'm seeing green where there's just good fashion sense. If you're obsessed with royal strategy and environmental impact like I am, make sure you're subscribed to Royal Cookies because we're serving up the most sustainable royal content on YouTube. And remember, in a world full of fast fashion and royal scandals, sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is wear your values on your sleeve, preferably in a gorgeous shade of green. Sophie's proving that environmental activism isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become. Until next time, keep munching on those eco-friendly royal cookies.